they missed the ticket or whatever. Like, it should be... I don't want to say a bigger deal, more noticeable if your general dies. Like, I don't know, a trumpet should sound or something.
And suddenly I got a huge boost in frame rate. I don't know what just happened. But I'm going to tell my guys to lie down.
Your general
Take it.
Just stop and lie down.
Oh god. It's even more noticeable because when they die while they're lying down, they pop up and fall right back down. Except for the one dude in charge of this brigade. He's just standing there at the front defiantly.
Oh gosh, pull him back! I've got a brigade that's filling up the line in our center. You can fall back, it's okay.
They're just walking up to stab them now. No, don't get up! Bastards! Oh, they panicked. So they're willing to go right up 5 feet from gun barrels and lie down. That doesn't panic them. But someone walking up to stab them as they're lying down does. It gave me control of aims.
Ames is you.
Oh, so I guess when I die, I just pop back at the very beginning.
No, I mean, Ames is the person, the commander that you picked at the beginning.
Oh, well then who did I just send into the guns?
Maybe it was the brigade commander?
Yeah, I think it was Andrew Harris.
I think you can go into the order of battle and find out.
No, I'm pretty sure it was me, because Andrew Harris is alive. For now. Oh, holy shit, I still have 1 unit left.
I think you know what to do with that unit.
Move them up and do something useful? I don't think these are the guys I just had lie down. I think those guys are fucking... they bolted. Yeah, those guys are still going.
Hey, we have a rebel ordnance wagon behind our troops.
I think we can just leave that one.
Our ordnance wagon survived and is now making its way back.
One of them is. There were a handful of ordnance wagons back in the back of their troops. One of them was mine, and 2 of them were not. I'm going to test something out, because I'm pretty sure if I get Ames killed again, he pops back at the beginning. Because I swear to God I got him killed. Like Ames himself. Also, whoever's in control of the 27th Pennsylvania, you might move them up to actually be on the fence. Yep. My other corps
What
broke.
unit are they part of?
Okay. 11th Corps, 2nd Division.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, Ames just died, and look, he's back at the beginning. It's like fucking Groundhog Day.
Nope. The rebel ordnance wagons charging your lines.
They planted a satchel in it. Their plan is to just explode it when it gets close. Yep, I currently have control of Ames and the other commander, and that is now it. I have no more units.
If only my guys weren't so exhausted, I could run in and charge these guys. And at this point, I think my regiments are all bigger than theirs. We've lost like half our force, and I think the enemy has probably done that too.
I feel like we killed more of them.
Yeah, we have. We've lost 3,900, they've lost 4,300.
Their artillery came back. Wow, the art design on this railroad is bad.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the railroad, but it got broken when the load happened. Same way the town did.
Hey, check it, there's a Confederate Brigadier General behind our lines.
Yeah, I saw him going that
They seem
way.
to do that a lot.
Spy.
Oh, this is the artillery guy, Hillary Jones.
Yeah, if I have aim selected and he dies, it doesn't even deselect him, so I can give him a new order to just run in front of them again.
Oh, look at him, he's coming over.
Oh, he died. But as we all know, generals that die on the battlefield just come back at the back.
Since he died next to my guy on the battlefield here, I'm going to say I dueled him. It was honorable.
Yeah, they just didn't have time to get that animation in before release.
Kind of surprised that our center hasn't broken again.
That's because Ames is there, reinforcing everything.
I mean, they're probably just as exhausted as our troops at this point.
He's pulled out his binoculars even though they're about 10 feet in front of him.
Game froze again.
No, we're good.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it was... So apparently to die, he has to actually touch the enemy. Because he's standing between two of our fighting brigades and nothing's happening.
Finally, the 30th North Carolina's going.
We're getting pretty close to surrounding their infantry. And their artillery is still just kind of wandering around in the northeast of town. Hey, I have a regiment that ran out of ammunition.
Yeah, I'm out there with one line.
You should still have an ordnance wagon somewhere.
I never got one.
I had an ordnance wagon once.
Yeah, you've got one. It is crossing the railroad tracks, heading north. I don't know why it's over there.
Jesus.
It's saying I still have 122 men. Or maybe it counts them even after they left the battle. No? Oh, shit! I have no idea where the 107th Ohio came from, but they're here now.
Oh, here comes another red gen. Alfred Iverson.
Iverson, yeah.
And we took him out.
Clotheslined him.
Polish brigade takes no prisoners.
There's a lot of dead bodies all over the place.
Yeah, this is a pretty ridiculous fight here.
You guys ever think that maybe we're wrong? We shouldn't be fighting.
12th Georgia just surrendered.
Please finish killing that flank so I can have an army left.
Well, and the 107th Ohio just bounced again. Except for 4 of their guys, which are just standing around. Whoop, 3. That's a delayed reaction of like, where'd you guys go? Douglas, your 2nd Division, right?
Yes.
Your 27th Pennsylvania are facing the wrong direction.
That's
But
really
they're
weird.
acting like they're fighting because they're taking steps back towards the enemy.
Yes, they are withdrawing backwards.
I don't
towards the enemy.
understand.
I don't understand either, so I'm gonna fix that.
I think it better steal my wagon. Where'd it go now?
No, it's near mine.
Nope, there it was. The tree hit it.
If it weren't for the fact that there are other goons to play this with and shit on it with, I think I'd regret this decision. Because this doesn't play well and it's not well made.
The irony for me is that the demo for Second Lotus was one of the best wargame experiences I've ever had. Like, it's just this wonderful scenario of like marching.
You're in charge of the Iron Brigade, and you're just marching along, and then suddenly this entire Confederate corps comes along your line of march, and you have this desperate last stand at a farm while everyone else tries to escape, and it's really, really cool and interesting and fun. And then the game itself is still quite fun, but you saw like the quirks of the AI a lot more. But then this just doesn't even put it in any way, it goes backwards in many ways.
Hey, remember that time when we were like, yeah, guys, we might have this?
I think we still do, if this AI, like, you know, does something.
Actually, yeah, I didn't notice that our right flank is fairly secure now. Aside from the artillery setting up behind you.
They've been setting up behind us for the whole battle.
Yeah, it's just march back and forth.
God damn it, Scourge of War.
I think the 43rd North Carolina just broke. In the center.
Ames is just fucking sitting there, man. He hasn't been touched yet, this life.
Oh, our center has become our left.
Yeah, it kinda did. Alright guys, I think we got this now. Just need to run off the last few rebs.
27th Pennsylvania, fucked off.
Guys,
73rd. My
next
first
week,
brigade is doing poorly.
Okay, look at your 134th New York. They are counted as being in fence territory, but they aren't from the direction they're getting shot at. I wonder if the game takes that into account.
no,
Nope.
no, I bet
Yeah.
they're on a terrain.
See, the interesting thing is, like, the rebels, I guess technically would be considered winning right now, but, like, if they try to get on that hill, those our free artillery lines are just going to blow them to pieces.
So what I think everyone should do is go download Sid Meier's Gettysburg, and we'll play that next week.
I couldn't get that running on my computer.
You have to do some weird stuff. I said there's some instructions on the.
Yeah, I did the instructions thing, I couldn't get it running.
It is a morn. Oh,
But
Maybe you're just bad.
you're kind of cutting out there. You
No, I think in fact you're the one who's cutting up.
No, I was cutting out to make fun of him cutting out.
It was all clever ruse,
Cutting out ironically.
Yeah.
which is the 43rd best strategy game ever.
yeah, Sid Meier's Gettysburg is a lot more like well designed than Scourge of War.
Well, it's like the epitome
Wouldn't
of good
take much.
game design. Everything's really simple.
It is.
Like, like it's focused onto what you actually have to do.
It's. I mean, it doesn't have everything that Scourge of War has. It's.
But it's
I mean,
got fun.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
got fun. Ouch.
Courier intercepted. General Robert E. Lee, support urgently required. We are under attack by superior forces and are being forced to fall back. Send
Wait.
reinforcements at once.
How much for the fun in this one? Also, Ames is now, he and his buddy, well, they were straddling both sides of a Confederate line, and they're A-okay.
Yeah, I remember playing this when it was just the first Bull Run game, and the AI would do really bizarre shit.
Oh, it still does. It still does. They're about to break. The left flank is completely ours now. And so the middle dude's up.
I've
Ames
lost
died.
half of my first brigade. Too many people routing.
Can you seriously not change the fucking volume in this game?
Don't think so.
Maybe not mid-game. Got it. The way it runs so fucking terribly, it's not unexpected. It doesn't hurt any less when you know it's coming.
It's just you know it could be better. You know there's no
Like,
reason for it to be that bad.
I could run Rome 2, which is doing approximately all this shit at like fucking super nice at good frame rates.
Nah,
and just,
yeah, but he's doing lots and lots of calculations that are totally unnecessary. But I'm going to do them.
That's the thing is I'd love to somehow take this source code, hand it to a AAA development
Confident.
team that knows what they're doing and say, hey, just for fun, clean this up, see what you can do, and have the game come back running like 300 frames a second, looking shit because the animations don't have that many frames, but, you know, it's something that just runs.
Oh, well, you know, like how much better Ultimate General looks, despite, you know.
Fuck, you know, it's also just a stylistic choice. It's what they've done to make the game look like the way it is terrible. Like, it's supposed to be more realistic, but it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna... This game is still pretty abstract, but it's not represented in an abstract way.
Yeah, it's just pretending that you're... It's an attempt to pretend you're less abstract than you actually are.
Yeah, that's... It's a stupid Morrowind combat. I cannot play Morrowind because the combat, the fact that I'm swinging and missing a dude because of a roll, despite the fact that I'm seeing my sword hit him, it is too goddamn frustrating.
Yeah,
for me.
like a
Scourge is better.
first-person
It's like, you'll
game...
hit him, you just do less damage because you have skills. That makes sense. I find it's RPG.
Yeah, like a first-person game, like, Morrowind should not have combat like that. Like, if you're gonna have a first-person game, the whole, and you're gonna have combat, you can't be like, you swing a sword,
I mean, the other thing is just like, why are you swinging a sword when magic is as broken as it is?
Yeah. Well, I'm just using that as an example. Like,
there's lots of design choices about Morrowind. It's like, maybe this amount of freedom is not such a good idea.
that's even the Total War series used to be, you know, you'd have one dude in the middle of 200 guys holding every single one of them off because he was just I understand why they do it. They need to do it. It's how things have to work or they weren't going to fucking work.
Yeah, well, Total War is like, yeah, it's like a bunch of guys doing one-on-one combat.
Plus, CA love their hero units. I mean, they really
do.
Always have. I think that's fair.
But this seems to do the same, except it's like, no, we're super grog, we're doing it right. No, you're not.
It's a refusal to abstract is the thing. It's just a failure to understand that that's your rolling shitloads of dice doesn't get you a more accurate game. You're rolling more dice. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with War in the East and the thread.
Yeah,
It's like, it's got all this tons of shit, but they still have to force everything to get a result.
Well, it's not even that, it's just that, like, they're rolling shitloads of dice, but their rolling shitloads of dice doesn't even get them a good simulation. In exchange for, like, being a bad game, it gets you a bad simulation and a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the problem with that one was the lead designer is an old dude who read too many pro-German things and he can't admit to himself that they were never going to win that war.
I don't know. I don't think it's that slanted so much as like he just wants to get a specific result and have the game do that, and he just made every design decision to get a specific result. Like, so 1941 has to be boring because otherwise the Germans don't get that far.
No, it's like, because they definitely want their so realistic game. It's just they can't handle the fact that, like, the system's bad, so they fudge it, and then they have to fudge it again. And then it's like they don't account for the fact that with a game, it just doesn't work. A game that scale, if you don't give your players complete freedom, because the moment you start the game, the historiography, your history just goes off because you're no longer doing what's historical.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the things that happen off screen in the game, they don't make sense anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, and the games aren't always good at anything in particular. The air combat in War in the East sucks. The overland combat in War in the Pacific isn't very good. Like, that system is great for amphibious attacks, but it's terrible for, like, China or Burma. And that's always been the problem with every Pacific War game. It's like, do I make a land game that's pretty good, or do I make a game about amphibious operations that's pretty good? You can't really be both.
They just, well, I'll tell you in a moment if the second one works.
I can't tell which way half of these Confederates are retreating.
Oh man, that was a the retreating logic was a huge problem in Bull Run. Like, it probably still is.
Yep.
No, half of those guys are shattered.
Well, that's good news.
I do like the letter writing feature there. That wasn't in Bull Run. No.
It's great, except it's only useful when you're talking to people.
Okay.
Because the AI is just...
No, because I sent one earlier to Hayes when he was sitting there, and I said, do an all-out attack. And so that's when he finally moved it. Okay, fuck it. I'm trying to send you a message, but they've intercepted both couriers I've sent.
Bad.
Oh, damn.
What the hell?
What?
The 12th North Carolina just evaporated.
Look,
They're
they're climbing out of the smog.
like, was a grenade went off or something?
I don't know. That had to have been some kind of artillery fire, but there's nothing close by to fire canister at them.
Why can't it do that all the time? That was awesome.
Okay, Doublish, this is the third time I've tried to send you this message. The first two got intercepted.
Nope, this one got to me.
Wait for it.
Hey, look, it's one of those mechanics that sounds a lot more fun than it really is.
Right. Oh, so you got... Well, then you're going to get another one of those.
I love the courier system.
I love the fact that the Confederates killed a courier and intercepted. Probe to your rear and report to me. Probe to your rear and report to me. Probe to your...
Shit. Fuck. The next game in this series is Waterloo.
God, there are more
It's just going to be just as bad. It's
It
the same
is.
game, but with different skins.
They say they're gonna add in stuff like squares that really work and stuff. Well, back in Bull Run, they tried to mod squares, but the engine limitation is that everybody had to face the same way. So it didn't really work. Like, you can mod the formations, but since everybody has to face the same way, it doesn't really matter. Maybe that got fixed in the Scourge of War.
Yeah, I don't really think I'm going to buy Waterloo if it's going to be like this.
Yeah, I always have to kind of fucking... I don't make game purchases all the time because I really don't like them that much. And the ones I do buy, I still, despite liking them, are constantly just getting frustrated with. Like this combat mission, they all have stupid fucking problems that they really shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I play a ton of combat mission. That one never really bothered me, but...
No, it's like, that is probably the best Grog game built, but it's still a piece of shit. Like, it runs terribly. There are things like, if you have a wall that is a corner in a square, and you give them an order to go to the wall and look at a certain direction, they may not do it. They may stack up on the wall and hide behind it, and no one pokes their head out, so there's no point in using that cover to get a fucking sightline. Among many, many other problems with the TAC AI. The TAC AI is the worst fucking thing.
And it matters a lot more, and like
Yeah.
the further it goes on, you know, like we want to do a game in like Syria in 2012 or whatever, and it's like that attack AI matters a lot more then than it does in like a big ass World War II scenario.
Like, and especially, they'll run towards things, or they won't get to cover. They'll sit, like, they'll pick the one spot in the grid that is not covered. Just all sorts of horrible fucking decisions attack AI is incapable of doing properly.
It's still the best grog game there is.
That's the worst problem. That's the worst thing. That's like saying, this poop is the best thing I've ever made.
I thought you were going to say this poop is the best thing I've ever eaten, but
That's where I was going as well.
I'm glad I'm in the company of goons.
I don't know. I think decisive campaigns, like his system, for me has been very, like I understand everything that's going on, pretty much.
I don't, which is why I'm playing the Netherlands.
I grabbed Flashpoint campaigns. Is it the Cold War?
Yeah, I like that one.
I
too.
like
think
that one. It's abstract, but it's not terribly abstract, and it works for the most part.
it has some issues, like helicopters are almost invulnerable in that game.
It
like
has issues, but those issues don't break the game completely. They just mean certain scenarios aren't very fun.
Yeah, like you can fly helicopters right in front of a platoon of Tunguskas and nothing will happen.
Oh no, Tunguskas will tend to fuck up helicopters. It's the fact that the NATO doesn't have any real AA that's the problem.
Yeah.
And the problem that helicopters can just resupply on the field, when in reality that just wouldn't happen. You have forward air bases all over the place. It's like, no, you wouldn't.
And the infantry play is not that great, but it's not really an infantry game.
Yeah.
Yeah, infantry will fuck up tanks if you run them into urban hexes.
If they're in
where they've been
literally
dug
the
in.
same hex, they will fight tanks really well. That's about it.
Just like, yeah, they're there to like hold positions in the game. That's really what
And a Soviet company of infantry is about as tough as a NATO platoon in that regard. The Soviet company infantry is not that much stronger. Their only advantage really is they carry an ATGM with them.
Delbush, where did your platoon go? Or your division go?
My division is on your left and right.
And they don't fire it that much. Like, they don't use their heavy weapons as much as I'd like them to.
No, I kind of I'm happy with that on the basis that like once you accept that stuff won't shoot if it knows it's going to get died by if it knows it's going to get killed by a return shot, then you understand that okay, stuff's not things won't just line up and shoot constantly at the rate of their weapons fire.
Yeah.
Like, and it's the game's really simulating that whole like they're waiting for their chance.
Yeah, that's like I get, you know, I have 12 BMPs in this formation. They're armed with, you know, anti-tank missiles. Please fire. That's your only chance. You're gonna get run over by these tanks anyway. And sometimes they just don't fire.
Oh, also realizing that screen makes stuff more likely to shoot at long range, whereas hold means they're more likely to hold. Yeah, that is huge. Realizing that hold will means that like they're more likely to actually hold fire until very close range.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I always thought screen. I just used it for recon units mostly.
No. Screen is your like for everything that's not holding an urban hex.
Yeah.
Screen is basically what you should be using.
Okay,
especially tanks. Tanks like screen.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, that makes more sense. I've been playing with hold, and yeah.
Just charge. Wrap this up. Charge them.
Flashpoint campaigns really does just get that whole like so NATO forces are are way better. Like so a NATO platoon is worth a packed company. Like across all things, but and you will you'll rack up the kills.
Oh,
but
in a few situations,
the pack forces just keep coming, and so you're sort of like you're dancing around trying to do your battle of maneuver,
Oh yeah, well, once you get into
eventually-
point blank, though, like a Soviet company will wreck a NATO platoon.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're trying to get right up in your face and fuck you up.
Yeah.
And then like you lose one tank or two, and then suddenly your whole posture starts to collapse because you don't have. That's like a quarter of your firepower gone. So I think it does really, really well at the sort of like representing that kind of war. Like it does what a war game should do. So I make you feel like you're sort of watching Cold War play out.
Yeah, I'll have to get back into that game a little bit. I got a little bit frustrated with a few of the issues in it, but
They've got another couple of patches sort of on the way. Apparently, the next patch is coming very, very soon.
okay, I might hop in on that.
I'm gonna go have a talk with Robert E. Rhodes over there.
Oh. This looks like a Gettysburg, like, dating sim or something. You're sending love letters across the lines.
Who says love can't bloom on the battlefield?
God damn it. I have a whole brigade that has run out of ammunition, but I can't get my ordnance wagon to stop because it wants to go to my other brigade.
Well, by the way, you guys were talking about decisive campaigns. Man, I played Advanced Tactics Gold a lot, and that game would be so good if it had an auto-reinforce button. That game would be amazing with that. But like when the scenarios get big, you have to allocate everybody to every unit, and it just gets bogged down to.
Yeah, our Goon game of it so far has been pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I mean, like especially like when it's not doesn't get us sprawled out and huge. And I imagine in play by email, the allocating reinforcements isn't so bad, but when I want to play in one session, it gets kind of tedious every turn.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're playing. I'm 3 turns a week, maybe.
Yeah, that's. And I think there are some.
Oh my
balance
god!
issues.
Robert Lee just dropped dead!
Rip.
Rip the
Like,
South.
I was riding over to chill with him, and as I'm riding over, I'm looking at him, and he just... Oh no, there he is. Oh, there's like 3 of him over here. He's just been standing in the corner dying.
They clone Lee.
How?
He's dying to meet you. But will the South rise again?
What has been killing him over there?
I don't know. I have no idea, but there's a pile of corpses.
Where
This
is he at?
Scourge of War is fuck.
Where's Lee at?
Come find me.
He's west of town.
A compass would have been a... Oh, there it is. We do have a compass.
Yeah. Just shooting the shit with Lee.
Rose before Southern Hose.
Me and I are both looking through our binoculars, just like, no, you see what I see? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like you're getting fucked.
I think at this point the Confederates would retreat.
Yep. Anyone
You don't
against
say.
ending the battle? That's a lot of dead guys.
We have killed 5,666 of them and lost only 4,691.
Right, I think we should call it.
I'm okay with calling it. I mean, you haven't had any units in at least 20 minutes.
At least 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
actually
at least
been
an hour. I don't know.
It's been about that long. Oh, I can't. I'm not the host. Okay. Major victory! Score negative 436.
You had 5 men left of 1,895.
Well, I think Lincoln
Can
would
I be
call this
faulted?
a major victory.
I'm glad I went in the positive. For the first half of that battle, I was negative all the way.
Robert E. Lee sat in the backfield and accrued a score of negative 2170.
Ouch.
My strength is 442 men out of 1,700.
Yep. Well, that Robert E. Lee gets dismissed and sent back to West Virginia to lose some more.
There were only 1,000 Confederates left.
Yeah, I'd say Lincoln would call that a decisive victory.
For the first day, there were 2 other days to go.
Oh, shit.
What was the
It's been
actual
fun,
casualty
but,
count?
I've got to get out. I've got work soon, so I've got to leave.
You could always call in sick.
Well, take it easy, man.
See you guys later.
I think I am also going to break for lunch or some shit. I'm fucking this game.